Let me preface this video by saying this, that I'm actually moving, which is actually a proof that how much I'm compelled to make this video. Well, actually not a video but a podcast, but just listen to what I'm going to say. Buzzfeed and their shitty product people have released another article calling Friends hasn't aged well. Now, if you don't know, for some reason, Friends is a series that ran from 94 to 04 and has six characters, like six primary characters who are friends. Well, if it's not, pretty evident from the title, they are friends, yes. And the content goes from A to Z, and there's a lot of loops into it. I'm not gonna get into it, but let's get into the material what I want to talk about today. So BuzzFeed released an article written by Miss Cole, because I cannot say her first name. Alright, I'm gonna spell it out, and you tell me in the comments if you're listening in the future that if you like it. It's SCAACHI. So khaki Cole, Skaki Cole. I'm not being racist. Alright, I'm an Asian. Fuck myself. So if you're Asian, Skaki or Khaki, whatever the fuck your name is, let me preface by saying this, that I am moving in 2 days and I had packed every goddamn thing. And then I read your article and I had to unpack my mic just so I can shit on you and your shitty article. Alright, I'm gonna go through it, I'm gonna read it, and you tell me that I'm wrong. Alright? The first paragraph is nothing special, and she says that she's old, well, in internet years anyway. Actually, let me tell you, nobody's old in internet years. Do you think Jay-Z is old? Do you think Lil Wayne is old? In internet years, they have kept up. They are making good sales, and they are keeping up with the trends. Are they old? Are you stupid? All right, you are old, and I'm not gonna question you. So you're in a stupid milf. What else? But instead of feeling irrelevant because of my ignorance of current memes, alright, she put memes in a journalistic article. You can get the fuck out of my way, because I'm about to shit on you even more. Alright, whatever. Or the facts that increasingly all my tweets are about how much I hate air travel. Okay, that's given. I feel compelled to share my hard earned wisdom. Alright, let me tell you, you have no wisdom. You are a stupid cunt. Alright, she's a Gen Z. No, she's not a Gen Z, but her brother is a Gen X. Sure, okay. And he says, when you're older, you'll understand that I'm right. That's some sibling banter, and I can let it slide because I tell my brother to suck my cock all the time. And here how she ends the paragraph, the first paragraph. Here I am telling my niece that no, I will not be watching Friends with her. Friends, my darling, is terrible. First of all, I don't know how old your niece is. Let's just throw the number 15. She's young. She's discovering the media. And you just broke her heart. Friends is a getaway, if nothing else. Friends is an entry point for somebody who wants to start binging or start watching these television shows that are easily available today. Not pirated. Friends is on Netflix right now. I don't know how their situation is working, but you just broke her heart. You're a dumb, stupid cunt. And if your niece is 18 or older, she just wants to have a good time with her aunt. Just oblige. What are you gonna watch with her? Black Mirror? Or Breaking Bad? Yeah, leave that for herself so that she can discover it. Alright, let's go with the second paragraph. This September will mark the 25th anniversary of premiere of Friends, and like most significant pop culture anniversaries, it set off an outpouring of collective nostalgia. I didn't even know that existed until you brought that up. Friends is such a timeless classic. Pop-up events, public screening, and merchandise all over materializing for die-hard fans because everyone could use a bracelet with a cat call written on it. I actually can use a bracelet with a cat call. People are debating whether Friends or Seinfeld is better. Alright, now she says this in brackets, not to spoil my own article, but it's Seinfeld and this should be obvious. Alright, I'm not in the Seinfeld that much. I'm in the Friends camp. and I'm not gonna debate your choices. You go ahead, whatever you like. Go watch Seinfeld if you want. Alright, the third paragraph starts with marine biologists who probably spent years in school and hundreds of thousands of dollars on their education are out here informing that actually lobsters don't mate for life, contrary to what Phoebe, a fictional character in the bad television show whose entire personality trait is being flighty, said at some point in the late 90s. Are you dumb, kid? Are you fucking stupid? Marine biologists who spent years in school, they told us. When did they tell us? Give us a fucking date. Like, is your brain on airplane mode? Oh damn, is your brain on airplane mode? I'm just so impressed by your stupidity. Yeah, Phoebe told her she will say anything. That's her character. Let her say it. What is your problem with her character traits? She's gonna say a lot of shit, and trust me, in the 10 years that Friends aired, she did. Some of them were true, some of them were fictional, but when did marine biologists say that they don't mate for life? I need a fucking date. So that doesn't validate it. It's neither here nor there. That's a 0 point on both of our boards. Let's go ahead. We also have learned that Monkey actor who played Ross's pet is still working, which I guess is good for Monkey. Why are you bringing Monkey? Both of these points have not related to your title that it didn't age well. Monkey is working, yeah. Do you want her to be dead? Do you want it to be dead? I don't know. I don't know what she's getting at. Alright, go ahead. We'll go ahead. The content never ends, and yet somehow people never lose their appetite for more. It was like reporting that Robert De Niro is suing a former employee for, in part, watching 55 episodes of Friends in 4 days. That in part just put you in the safe place. That's what you think, you dumb cunt. No, it didn't. Robert De Niro is suing a former employee for X reasons. And if he said that, damn, you watch 55 episodes in 4 days of Friends, I don't think that's a problem for Robert De Niro. I actually do not think that. Where the fuck are you getting this? Is it given? Like, are you fucking stupid? Yes, you are. Let's go ahead. I don't want to be dramatic. Oh shit. This bitch doesn't want to be dramatic. Okay, let's go with a but. But if I read one more headline that says, could we be any more excited about some Friends related news, I will throw myself into the nearest active volcano. Well, how about you go ahead and I will clap for you. Are you stupid? You are triggered at one type of titles or one type of content creators, which people will do because they want that YouTube money, or they want more clicks on their blogs or some shit, and you're shitting on them. Still not on point on your title, I'll tell you that. Alright, we are entering in the fourth paragraph. Let's go. No one, least of all me, should be judgmental about other people's taste in television programming. I agree with that. Currently, my favorite show is YouTube clips of British series called Just Tattoo of Us, where friends or partner design deeply humiliating tattoos, blah 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 blah. Me and tastes are trash, and that I deserve nothing other than a painful death. Okay, this is an over-occurring theme, and that is called self-deprecation. Self-deprecation is used for two things. It's either to hide yourself or your trauma, or it's on point because you want to set yourself apart. I don't like this shit, and I should kill myself, or I should jump in an active volcano because I don't agree with X amount of people. And let me tell you, people will disagree with your opinion, and I would say go ahead, put your opinion out. But you dumb bitch, why would you say that? That doesn't mean anything to us. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. I deserve nothing more than a painful death. I would say go ahead and live your life whatever you like. Just don't put shitty hate pieces, blogger crime post shit in a journalistic, well, let's just say Buzzfeed doesn't have that much integrity, but its name is wrong. But don't put that in there. You get my point, motherfuckers. Alright, let's go ahead. But as someone who lived through the first round of Friends' cultural reign, who was conscious for at least half of it, she's talking about herself, and who participated in it in real time, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you the truth. Friends, a show about white people being thin and having pointless nipples in the continental Americas, as a show that I at one time watched and enjoyed, is absolute garbage. Now I can agree with this. This is your opinion. You can go ahead and put it. You put it in a, let's say, journalistic website, so people can read it, and you succeeded. You wanted clicks. You got a click from me, and you got 2 clicks out of me. All right, because I had to read this debauchery of brainless stupidity in full form. And mind you, people, this was a featured story on my Twitter. All right, and she says it's absolute garbage. Well, okay, sure, whatever. And she also says a show about white people being thin and having a pointless nipples in the continental Americas. The fuck does that mean? It's it's just a it's just a matter of audience. You want young people go into it who, by the way, are not thin anymore and who would love to show you their nipples. All right, I have people seeing nipples without any exertion or without any, push, without any coercion. Like, are you stupid? Are you really stupid? Do you have brain damage? You dumb cunt. All right, I'm gonna call you that because you are dumb. All right? It's about white people. Why do you bring white people in there? The cast is full of white people. Where is an article about How I Met Your Mother? I didn't see a lot of Asian people in the cast or a lot of black people in the cast. Where's How I Met Your Mother? Is that a moral high ground? I don't know. Friends premiered in 94 when I was 3 years old. Well, this bitch was born in 91. The finale was a decade later. Thank you for telling us that. My most formative years were spent watching Friends. Okay. My classmates and I, blah blah blah, acted out as Rachel. So you wanted to be a bitch, but I settled for a Monica. You wanted to settle for a dictator. Though I tell other people that I was a Phoebe. Do not compare yourself, your brain dead audience, or yourself to Phoebe, because Phoebe actually landed with a guy, and his name was Paul Rudd. So fuck out of here, biatch. When in reality I was with Ross. That I can believe. You were a dumb nerd who was picked upon because you had a lot of obsession with dinosaurs or dragons. I don't know. So Ross says, my brother, who was ahead of the curve, knowing this show was unwatchable, used to fight with me, and I insisted on watching reruns, blah 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 blah. In '04, when my parents banned me from watching television, alright, this is in brackets because she was dumb enough to prank call a teacher, but smart enough to leave the number on his voicemail. That's the Vash level dumbassery. If you haven't watched Vash, it's an old movie, stars Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and it's fun, alright? You shut your brain off and you watch it. It's fun. And that is some Vosh level stupidity. So she goes on to saying, I wrote a letter begging them to let me watch the finale. Rachel got off the plane! And 3 exclamation marks for some goddamn reason. I was glad, but I was also a virgin and didn't realize that surely Rachel could find some other dick somewhere else in Paris. May I remind you that she got off the plane because her daughter's father was, chasing her. A lot of people were trying. Okay, she didn't know that Regina Phalange or Phoebe or the smart one was trying to sabotage her flight, but she got off the plane. Everybody smiled. Everybody lived happily ever after. What is your problem? Let me go a little bit further in that. I was glad, but I was also a virgin. Maybe that was your problem. Maybe you needed some dick in middle school. Isn't that right, Skachin Coon? Whatever the fuck your name is. There's been some ongoing online discussions about strange dissonance between Friends nostalgia and the reality of show's poor quality. If you're talking about graphic quality, yes. If you're talking about the content quality, get the fuck out of here and jump into a live volcano. But still, overwhelmingly, audience seems fine pretending that Friends was any good at all. Okay, let me tell you, I am watching Friends right now, and I am not defending Friends. A lot of shit is dated. I'll agree with you, and I will explain why it and how it feels dated. This does not sound dated. Like, what? What does that even mean? People are pretending that Friends was any good at all. My 22-year-old girlfriend is watching it right now, first time in her life, and she's enjoying the hell out of it. And I don't think she's pretending because, you know, she doesn't like to pretend. Yeah, she let me know when I had sex with her. Oh, who am I kidding? I never had sex with her. Alright, likely contributing to this wrong conclusion is how easy it is to access the show's back catalog, which is readily available to stream and which the teens love binging en masse. Are you criticizing Netflix? Is this fucking article the reason that Friends is going off Netflix? Is this bitch real? It just seems odd that the show for the most marketable generation is for some reason watching is also the least relevant show still on the market. I can agree with that. Friends always had a buzz, and I agree with it because it is one of the least relevant. I mean, discounting the current least relative shit, because there's always going to be fodder pad is the which pads the current famous shows. Now, I personally am not into America's or Western, let's just say Western TV shows which are trending. Although I do know, Chernobyl or recently released Mindhunter season 2 are insanely famous. All the people I have talked to have good things to say about it, but just saying it, like, yeah, Friends, not a lot of people are talking about it. Not until I bring them up over a couple of beers and they're like, oh yeah, Friends, yeah, whatever. They liked it. Alright, let's go in the next paragraph. Plenty of shows age badly, but they are still handy for a rewatch now and then. But unlike other shows of its ilk that inspire nostalgia, streaming marathons, Seinfeld, The Office, 30 Rock, Parks and Rec, or Cheers, Friend doesn't have the benefit of actually being good. I cannot agree with you if you can't provide me a proof. Like, that's just simple facts that I'm asking. Like, why? Why did you compare it with Parks and Rec or Cheers or The Office? The Office is famous. I know that. Seinfeld is liked. I loved. I don't know a lot about 30 Rock. Parks and Rec and Cheers, again, loved series. And they have their own pockets where they are famous. But why take out Friends? Give me an actual reason. Let's go again. Steve Carell is right. The Office should never be rebooted because it's a program about abusive boss who harasses his employees. Let me tell you one thing. There was nobody harassing or bossing. You know who was? Walter White. And you know they didn't reboot it? Because Vince Gilligan, the writer, or let's say the creator, had a plan in mind. That's why he didn't do it. It was a writer's, let's say again, the creator's birth project. This, in a recent interview that I watched, not the recent interview, but the interview that I watched recently, the characters playing Chandler and Phoebe admitted that they the whole cast decided to, close it off. Just 10 seasons, that's good enough. We need more opportunities. They didn't say that, but they implied that. Like, why would you put the offices shouldn't be rebooted because Steve Carell said so? Like, yeah, it shouldn't be because it's abusive. It's gonna run out of its steam. That's why Breaking Bad left on a high note. What do you think it should have continued? I mean, they are continuing it, but they are continuing it on Aaron Paul's character's end. They're not continuing it on Walter White's end. You dumb cunt. Let's go ahead. She puts one line after the whole Steve Carell debate. She puts one line in a bracket called, "Do teens remember paper? You're not that old. You're a 90s kid. Do you remember stupidity? Do you need a thesaurus? You brain dead imbecile? What are you talking about? Why would you take a dig at another teen? And teens right now could be born in 2000. Of course they do remember what a paper is. They used to make paper airplanes out of it. Alright? Leave them alone. I, I don't know. What the fuck is this? We're going in the next paragraph. Frasier is still an enjoyable show about the only two men alive and still drinking. Sherry, I'll take your word. All in the Family, blah blah blah. Seinfeld forever changed. What a half-hour comedy should be. Sure. Even now, I would rather watch the same episode of Will and Grace, where Grace's mom show up, than ever attempt to give Chernobyl a chance. Let me tell you one thing, you dumb cunt. Chernobyl is good. Alright? And why would you put Will and Grace and Chernobyl in the same goddamn conversation? The genres don't match, the character themes don't match, and nothing matches. Just that's it. It's fact. Dra- Chernobyl is drama. Will and Grace is sitcom. And let me tell you, IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, Chernobyl, 9.5, 95%. Will and Grace, 7.2. That means that you have no taste. You can get out, bish. Actually, no, of course not. You can like whatever you want, alright? I'm gonna expand on everything, alright? I'm gonna tell why this bitch is wrong. Binging shows that are comfortable and familiar is soothing, like calling your mom when you're upset or smoking a clove cigarette in the parking lot of your high school. That's oddly descriptive. Do you smoke clove cigarettes outside of your high school? Do you get high? Do you get high with kids? Which of course I never did. Oh yeah, sure. And if my older brother is reading it, don't tell mom, you fucking cop. Again with the personal jokes. I don't care about your General X or Generation X brother. He can suck a dick. Alright? Don't put him again in the friends goddamn conversation. And again, let me tell you, we are like 5 to 6 paragraphs in. There is no description of friends being dated. Let's go again. But loving Friends in 2019 requires a level of mental gymnastics that should force the show to remain a forgotten blip in the past. I can actually kind of agree with you, but there are two things. There's only one thing actually. But there's one thing that I cannot agree with you. You need mental gymnastics? No, you need patience. Use a fucking thesaurus. You need it. You don't need mental gymnastics for watching Friends. You're not jumping through hoops. You know what you need mental gymnastics for? H plus. Watch a better fucking show, you dumb cunt. Watch a better show. H plus. Search it on YouTube. Alright? List any of your favorite episodes and there's likely some grotesque buried in the plot. Grotesque what? Grotesque plot points? Grotesque theme? What is grotesque? Like something grotesque buried in the plot? The fuck does that mean? Chandler's father is inexplicably and unnecessarily a drag queen played by the cis actor Kathleen Turner. Is this a feminist article? Am I being bamboozled, just like Joey said? Is this a hate piece? Of course it is. Alright? She just called Kathleen Turner a cis actor. The fuck does that mean? I have never seen any good connotations with the word cis. This 3-letter word has ruined shit. Let's go ahead. And is the source of many anti-trans punchline. As a teenager, Monica was fat, and that's it. That's the joke here. Watch her dance in the fat suit. She links a video. That fucking sucks. Ross's ex-wife is a lesbian, and isn't funny that his son has 2 mommies? Hehehe. Save for a few token characters of colors that popped up every now and then, that the show was so white that Phoebe, as the only blonde, could be considered a minority. This whole paragraph actually was the trigger that I wanted to make this video. Are you real? Are you a real person? You call Kathleen Turner's cis, sure. Source of many anti-trans punchlines. Where did that happen? I think that was progressive to put a trans actor in a 10-season show. I know he or she, let's just say that. I'm gonna go with he. I know he appeared in later seasons. I think he appeared first time in sixth season, and they have stepped up. Like people have stepped up, right? They know what you know personality is. They know what people accept. I don't think people were that liberated in 90s. Do you? You coke bitch? You know, they were progressive. They put um, those people. I'm not gonna say those people because it's objecting and that is disrespectful, but the people who were, not as represented at the time on big screen. Again, small screen because you're watching on a laptop nowadays. On a small screen because it would create good punchline. And let me tell you, the comedy that came out of that character, I liked it. Don't fucking objectify that shit that oh you didn't laugh because you are so righteous. You get the fuck out of that. Ross's ex-wife is a lesbian. That is a funny punchline that made a lot of that had a lot of mileage. Let me say that it made me laugh a lot of times. The son has two mommies. Let's go with that episode where Ben calls Chandler his thanks daddy, and Ross says no no, two mommies, one daddy. Does that not make you laugh? Like, of course you're not gonna laugh when I'm saying it. Just watch the whole series. Don't let dumb bullshit like this, stand in your way. Save for a few token characters of color that popped up every now and then. On the top of my head, I can only think of two black women. One of them was who dated Joey and Ross at the same time, and the one who switched between Ross and then Joey and then cheated on Ross in front of him. Uh, I can think of those. Any other guest or any other person that came up was white. And let me tell you, they were popular, they were respected, and the cheers of the laughing track can be heard when they show up on screen. It happened with Rachel's sister Amy. It happened with Ross's student girlfriend's father, Bruce Willis. I mean, I don't. I can kind of agree with it. They didn't have a lot of color representation, but again, here is the point where I can say it's dated because they were per- buying that stigma that it's a continental America and they want to see people who are related. Again, I'm gonna bring the How I Met Your Mother debate. I've watched How I Met Your Mother like what, 5 times, and I don't remember a lot of characters which are different backgrounds, different countries. Yeah, Robert Schabotsky was a fucking hottie from Canada, and hey Canada, I love her. Let's go ahead. Phoebe, who as the only blonde could be considered a minority. Uh, sure, I'll give you that one. All right, just because I don't feel like being hard on you. Going in the next paragraph, multiple Friends guest stars have 2.5 decades later reported less than stellar experiences being on the set. Okay, sure. Dated? No. Controversial? Sure. There's the infamous 2004 lawsuit that Amai Lyle, an assistant in writer's room, filed against the show for being forced to listen to writers joke about Joey raping Rachel and watch them pantomime masturbating and mock black ghetto talk. Oh my fucking god, how should I explain creativity to a dumb cunt who doesn't want her thoughts, questioned or challenged? Like, you can get the fuck out of my face. I am an author, alright? I'm gonna link my fucking book in the description. But that is what you do. I write songs and I go to dark places. You're not in front of me, or you will think I'm an insane person and I should jump in the active volcano. But you are a dumb cunt. That's writers liberating their dark thoughts so that they can pull out some punchlines. And that Amani Lyle, who filed lawsuit and lost, let me say that, lost, was a kind, your kind either, a feminist kind, the dumb broad kind, who can get no dick. In the brackets, it follows the judge ruled that the writer's behavior was necessary for creative environment. Thank you, Saint Judge. laying that problematic ground for a creative necessity defense to be deployed elsewhere. I have never been in a writer's room and I would love to be in one, but I think everybody goes through that. How the hell are you gonna put lifted white, not white, but enlightened and a PG humor if you're not gonna delve into the dark one? Should I remind you that this PG shit actually went to a lot of places that were, a lot of uncomfortable to me when I watched, which were like Phoebe surrogating 3 kids. Like when I was in my home country, which I'm not gonna say, I'm brown, and when I watched it, I was like, dude, does that happen in America, or does that happen in the West? And I'm like, you know what? If that happens, I should be comfortable with it, and I was. And then the adoption, which is I'm not saying dark, but adoption is something which is really serious for, let's say, people or parents or couples who cannot, breed, who cannot make the necessity meet that they want their own kid or they want their own boy or girl. And the couple that, the Ross and Rachel couple, when they made a baby out of wedlock. To me, what I was taught was no sex before marriage, or if you're a bad person. I don't say that I'm gonna abide to that rule for the whole life, but I'm being forced to because not a lot of chicks are attracted to me. But that doesn't matter. I'm gonna try it any fucking way. So these kinds of shit, the black ghetto talk, you're trying to say is the rap talk. All right, this is '04. Get over it. Get over yourself. Again, where is the dated shit? Is that dated? Aren't rappers still talking about drugs and partying and popping pills and twerking big asses? Is your problem that she, again, Rachel, sang or rapped Sir Mix-a-Lot to her daughter when she was in a crib? Are you fucking serious? Like, what the fuck does that even matter? This is just problematic. I'm gonna go to the next paragraph. Beyond making it harder to sue for workplace harassment, yeah, harder because it wasn't valid, you dumb cunt. While lasting cultural relevance has Friends given us exactly a haircut. Okay, actually, the season 2, the Rachel, I have heard. Rachel hated, or Jennifer Aniston hated, but it was insanely popular. What is your problem with that haircut? You're dumb anyway. Justin Theroux, Matthew Perry looking stressed out on the Graham Norton show when septuagenarian actor Miriam Margolyes talk about starting to cream in her knickers. What? How is that Matt Perry's fault anyway? The last one was pretty good actually. You are dumb. You seriously are dumb. At least we have hot Jughead now. Holy shit! People, I'm gonna let you check out the age of hot Jughead before I tell you. Alright? 3, 2, Jughead is 16 or 17. A fucking 30-year-old boomer said 16 or 17-year-old kid is hot in the same article where she said Kathleen Turner was a cis and she made a pedophile joke. What the fuck? Pedophile joke. Like, is there something called a proofread in your fucking dictionary? I don't want to say anything, man. What the fuck? Why would you even say that? Just go with something else. Ford from Mindhunter is sexy. Go ahead, I would let him suck my dick. Just go with something that is legal. Like, are you stupid? Are you, what the hell? I don't want to, and they have hot Jughead link on it, so uh, fucking hell. I actually do think that Archie's girlfriend, whatever her name is, who always dresses in black and is an emo bitch, she's actually hot, right? But I would never say that Jughead is hot because he's not. He's cool. Let's go. Can't wait for 2020 babies of the future try to argue that Riverdale is actually a masterpiece. No, it's not. You can fuck right off. No, it's fucking not. But of course, none of that matters. Thank you for stating the obvious. by the rules of internet. I am but an old woman, a millennium aging out of importance. No, you're not aging out of all importance. You're aging out of intelligence. You're mistaken. Let me remind you that. It is the VSCO girls and TikTok stars who will inherit the earth, its follies, its failures, and its successes. Well, the people that you are breeding, Buzzfeed, I think they're all going to be failures. And they too will one day grow up and realize that truth about Friends. Okay, sure. That it was just a show about beautiful twigs wearing sweater t-shirts with a behemoth network marketing machine behind it. Okay. This will be their rite of passage, and the good news is that they'll likely come to terms with the disappointment of returning to something they loved. The show they enjoyed at 14, though it ended before they were born, it is indebted not so good. Vindication for me will have to wait. Could I be any more excited for the moment when it finally comes? The article is over. I'm gonna link that article. You can read it for yourself and just, you can just get stressed out. Like, I was at work when I read it. I was not, working. Of course, who the fuck does that? But I was at work when I read it, and I was super pissed off. Like, it didn't say anything about about any product that they produced that could be released as dated. That could be stated, okay, this is dated. There was another article I read, and it actually said that because of the misogyny and the you know toxic gay representation, or the typical, let's just say, gay representation in the past, uh, was that it was actually dated, and I can agree with that, you know, but I can actually rebate it, like, just like that. I can just take it back, like, no, it wasn't. First of all, making fun of somebody is funny. Go watch Dave Chappelle's specials if you don't agree with me, alright? Second of all, it actually opened doors. It actually opened straight people, straight white people, as you want to say, you feminist cunt kook, or whatever your name is, the straight males to try something that can actually identify themselves. Again, going with the episode, the one with the nap, where Ross and Joey, the manliest, who always sleeps with the ladies, like, on the daily basis, and Ross, who at one point was in a dry spell for like 6 months, they had a nap together. And the whole time, the manly Joey, or the macho Joey, wanted and lured, finally and successfully, Ross into another nap. I think that's amazing. I think that's something that people should be, you know, comfortable with. I don't say that go ahead and start hugging and sleeping with your friends, but that just opens something that is really, really happy, positive, and is projected good in the society. Going with the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about is acceptance. It is not dated. Matt LeBlanc, the actor who plays Joey, has defended this show and has talked highly about the product that he was starred in, and I agree with him. The show and the core is acceptance. Rachel, first episode, ran away from her marriage and the whole group accepted her. Ross, married to a lesbian, everybody accepted his eccentric ways, and marrying Emily in 6 weeks and saying another name, you dumb, dumb whorebag. Chandler Bing, smoking, going to different works, accepted. Because they are friends and they will be there for you. Not for you, you dumb cunt, but they will be there for you. Joey, poor, broke, stupid, lady lover, again accepted. Phoebe, a weirdo, and somebody who I would personally kill in real life, loved, adored, accepted. Monica, the compulsive cleaner, is a beard with the friends, these groups of people, because she's accepted. Acceptance is a really a core part of Friends that I really think is that does come as truthfully, that does come really good. But you, in this 5 to 7 paragraph article, said nothing that says it was, you know, dated. I don't think it is dated. Friends is an insanely super popular and has stood the test of time show that should be watched by every generation. Because I was watching an episode, like an interview of Samuel L. Jackson, and people would be like, every new generation or every new year, people would be quoting him Pulp Fiction. Do you think Pulp Fiction is dated? Let me tell you one thing. Where I think Friends is dated, and Friends is dated in references. I don't know what Flagel Rock is. When Chandler says that Ross is dating XX Hornswoggle, and he replies with, "Are you dating a character from Fraggle Rock?" I don't know what that means, but I can put up with it. That's just one joke I don't get. I would search into it, and then I would know what it is. But it's just one song. Is it dated? Yeah. Weekend at Bernie's joke dated? Yes. Dangerous Liaisons? I don't even fucking know what the fuck that is. Cabbage Patch Kids, I was not born in that situation. I was not born in the part where I could experience that cultural change, or whenever that culture pops out, whenever that thing pops out and be like, oh yeah, this thing is famous and we should, gravitate towards it. I never was born into that. So I don't know what's the big deal with Cabbage Patch Kids is. Go ahead. You like it, go ahead. Enjoy what you want to do. But you should have reasons. You should have something that I can hold a candle. Be like, oh, you know what? That article that I read, it's actually really nice. Kathleen Turner, the heroine or the actress who plays, his transgender dad, Rachel Chandler's trans dad, has actually came out and said that they were a tightly knit group, and he has said that he was not as welcome on the set as anybody would, and they didn't even offer him a chair, or sorry, her a chair. I think that's more of closeness. They have had 5 years of bonding. Those six people have 5 years of bonding, and as I see, Western culture is a little distant. They welcome you. They're like, hello, hi, whatever. They're gonna have drinks. They're gonna smoke weed, but they're distant. And out of respect of people, I don't know what reason it is, but Kathleen Turner did not say any ill will about any characters. That does not mean it's dated. That does not mean anything. That does mean that there was something called backyard, or work politics that happened, that was in the play. So as fond as I am of BuzzFeed, and as fond as I am of this author called Skaki Cole, who is a senior cultural writer. Get the fuck out of my way, alright? You don't know shit about culture because you haven't reflected that in your fucking article. BuzzFeed News, and is based in Toronto. Oh, god damn it! I share a country with her? Thank god I don't fucking share my province with her. Yeah, stay on that fucking Toronto side, bitch. Don't come over to my place, which I'm not gonna tell where I am, because I have a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, zero when I am recording this video. So thank you for joining in my discussion, because this article is just dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't say anything about Friends. It doesn't say anything about Friends being dated. More importantly, Monica being fat, sure, that's stupid. Does it get laughs? Yeah. Just watch season 2, episode 14, the one with the prom. I think that's what it's called. It's where Courtney Cox wears the fat suit for first time. Go ahead and watch that. Go ahead and watch other episodes where Phoebe's weirdness or Joey's womanizing ways or eating habits, they are on full representation. You will get some references, you won't. That's okay. That happens. You're not born in that time frame, and to say dated, it has to consider the time frame where it came out, where the audience was. Nowadays, I do think. Nowadays, I do think that this woman, Skaki Cole, is that her name? Skaki Cole. Skaki Cole. Yeah. Nowadays, people have brittle ears, and I am quoting Dave Chappelle when I say this. People have brittle ears. They just don't want to hear what they disagree with, and I don't agree with that. You can write, you can read whatever you want to say. Go ahead and write whatever you want to say. Just don't disagree with people when you don't know what they're about, what they're saying, or what they're trying to say. You know, the context, it matters. It's dated. It's dated according to 2019. What about it resurfaces in 2020? You will be proven wrong. Like, what are you going to do then? Retract it? No, of course not. It's getting you clicks. Why would you do that? I just find something out of backbone and lousy characterization, and which is obviously a hate piece, figured out and put out as a journalistic article for everybody to hear. It's gonna boost his characters. Sure, it's gonna boost a lot of you know sales, and not actually sales, but a lot of traffic on their online website. But it's just cheap clicks. Am I gonna have to put you in the same bracket as mainstream media? You're forcing me to, but you're gonna have to shut up and just consider what you're saying. All right, just learn how to use that thing called brain and stop thinking about anything else from your heart or your vagina. This is me, HP Podcast. Song of the day is Void by Puya. I don't know how to say your name, man. I love that song. I just recently found it. I love it. Please go and watch it, or go and listen to it. Puya, Void. The channel of the day is going to be Glass Reflection. I gave him a shout out in my elder video. Oh, I'm sorry, my older video. So go check him out. Glass Reflection is really nice anime reviewing channel. He hasn't been that busy right now, but it's worth checking him out. I watch a lot of his videos, or look at the titles so that I can get a new TV series or a new anime series that I want to watch. So that's it for me. I'm HP Podcast, and I will see you never. Actually, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.